2, 1, 2. All right. I'm Dave Appleford at 99.9 KEZ, and I am joined this morning by the full cast of Title of Show, which is currently showing at the Herberger Theatre downtown, presented by the Arizona Theatre Company. And thank goodness it wasn't Les Miserables, or it'll be pressed up against these windows in this studio. With me is Stanley Bohoric, Sal Sabella, Lauren Leibowitz, and Kelly McCormick. And I really appreciate you coming by this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Now, I've got to tell you, before I get to the questions, the reason I'm holding this paper here is I wanted to read an email that I received Monday morning. And remember, this is before I posted our review here at KEZ. And it says, Dave, I saw a Title of Show this weekend, and I dare you to say something negative in your review. It says, my husband and I rarely go to the theater, but we were in the mood for a musical and decided to go to the Herberger. We loved it, and even though I had to go to the bathroom because there was no intermission, I was willing to wait until the end in case I missed something. And that's Mrs. Annie Sorensen. So,
thank you, Mrs. Annie Sorensen.
And she actually said, P.S., be kind. Which is kind of nice. Actually, I think Annie brings up an interesting point, because without an intermission and the fact that all of you are on stage for practically the whole time, Title of Show must give you something of a workout each night. Stanley,
yeah.
How exhausted are you each evening?
Yeah, pretty exhausted, but at the same time pretty exhilarated. I mean, it's a bit like, you know, running a marathon, something like that. Yeah, it does run about like 95 minutes, sometimes 100, depending upon the response. But yeah, you can be pretty exhausted after.
But there's a theater higher when you come off, which is nice.
Oh, yeah. Especially the way this show builds and ramps towards the end.
Right. Is this the first time for you for Arizona Theatre Company?
Yes, I'm the rookie. I'm the new guy.
Has the experience been good?
Superb.
So far.
Yeah, it's a great company, yeah. They treat everybody really well, and they do great theater.
Well, that's great. Lauren, let me ask you, and this is a logical jump, which I hope you understand. You were on the stage at the Herberger just over a year ago in Hair, which I thought was one of the best productions of Hair, as I told Sal last time we spoke.
Thanks.
That I'd seen it. It was tremendous. One thing I read about you in the program was that you're a graduate of the University of Michigan.
Yes.
Yes, and I also saw that so is Stanley.
Yeah.
Did you know each other at school, or is this just a coincidence?
We have a couple of years between us, but we have a lot of mutual friends.
Really?
But we did not know each other at school.
Is there always that pleasant surprise when you walk in the first cast reading, you don't really know who else is in it, and all of a sudden it's someone you've worked with?
Yeah, it's always great to see a former Wolverine. We have that go blue between us.
Now, you were in the national tours, I read, of, what was it, Footloose and Godspell? And of course, Godspell, you were with Sal as well. That's what I'm saying. You bump into the same people after a while. I understand that just to be a working actor in itself is a blessing. But what's your preference? You've been touring around, or in the same show as you are now, basically in one place with the Arizona Theatre Company, for the duration of the production. Do you have a preference of the kind, or as long as you're employed, that's really all that matters?
I mean, of course, as long as you're employed is a great thing. I kind of like being in one place because you can really experience it, and you have a lot of time to see different things in the city. But touring is really fun too. I mean, what a great opportunity to see the country or see the world, and get to meet different people and play different houses. So they're both equally great experiences.
Right, and during an ensemble, right, whether it's a big or a small one like this, I'm guessing you get to know your friends or your fellow actors much more intimately than people in the real world would in their jobs.
Yes.
Because you're displaying emotions for a long period of time. Do you get that thing that when it's over you stop missing everybody again?
Not with this show, I mean, because I love everyone so much. I mean, I think, you know, when you tour with people, after a while, you've sort of, you eat with them, you know, you have roommates, and you're with rehearsal with them, and you're on the bus with them, and traveling with them. So after a while, you need a little bit of a break, but but it's great. I mean, you create really great friendships, and
well,
we all love each other.
As I mentioned, I know that you worked with Sal because both of you were in Godspell together.
That's right.
That's right. And in fact, there's a kind of I guess, a similarity in playing the characters in Godspell, the title of show, because the people who originated the roles keep their real names.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Does it happen to you a lot as well? You bump into people that you've known before.
Oh, I mean, they say it's a small world after all, but in the theater world, they ain't kidding. It's unbelievable how many people, especially even living in New York City.
Yes.
We run into the same people all the time, whether it's auditions or walking down the street or in a restaurant. And then to do a show with someone, you're like, oh gosh, I've known you for years, but we've never done a show together. And but then there's also like Lauren and we did a tour together 10 years ago, but we've been friends constantly since then, and the best of friends. And this is actually our third show because we were able to do Hair together last year, and then now this, and we've done smaller projects in New York City together. So.
And both of you looking considerably different to us. I remember your appearance.
I had a little baby last time.
That's kind of nice. In a sense, you've travelled with Title of Show, even though it's not a touring production, because you're in Tucson, and obviously up in here in Phoenix. Is there any difference between the productions? In other words, we had the Herberger here in the Valley. Are we seeing a production that may be a little different from the one you did in Tucson, or is it basically the same? Did you tweak it?
I think our show's basically the same. Absolutely. I think what we are experiencing, the only difference really is the response from the audience.
Are we more demonstrative here in Phoenix?
Yeah, I would say. I also just think that possibly there is just a little bit more people that understand the theater humor that we are serving up, piping fresh and hot. But yeah, I mean, our show. I feel like we are still giving the same great show. It's just it's a different audience, and it's being, I think, a little bit more well received here. Which we totally
I'm guessing Tucson audiences wouldn't like to think that they're the testing ground for a show that's going to move to Phoenix.
Sure.
But there are things that you can see that work down there, that, or rather, didn't work, and you might not want to repeat that same mistake when you come to Phoenix.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did that happen with the show?
A little bit. The director, David Goldstein, he did. I mean, we had about 2 days of tech where we were respacing for the Herberger because it's a slightly different size. And he did. I mean, he gave us a few notes and we worked a few things on our feet. But really, it was